Om Shri Matre Namaha. Hello and Namaste. Welcome back to Temples, Books and Science. Let's continue our exploration of the Lalitasahasranamam. In the last video, we delved into the symbolism of goddesses' weapons, those powerful tools that represent both the obstacles and the pathways to liberation. Now, let's look at the 12th name in the Lalitasahasranamam, a name that speaks volumes about the goddess's boundless nature. Nijaruna Prabhapura Majjat Brahmanda Mandala. This name means she whose own red radiance pervades the entire universe. Everything in the universe is illuminated by her light. The goddess is pure consciousness. She is the light that illuminates all of existence. She is the light that shines through everything, the consciousness that pervades the entire universe. There is a beautiful verse in the Kathopanishad, a verse we often chant at the end of an arati. After the arati, we hold the flame near the face of the deity and chant these profound words. Na tatra suryor bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyutor bhanti kutoyam agnihi tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. Neither the sun, nor the moon, nor the stars, nor lightning can illuminate you. How can this tiny flame illuminate you? The light of all these heavenly bodies is just a small reflection of your effulgence. It is your light that shines through all of them. We chant this verse to remind ourselves that nothing can illuminate the goddess. She is the one who illuminates everything. It is in her light that everything in the universe shines. Now let's understand why her radiance is described as red. The color red is associated with dawn, the break of a new day. Just as dawn marks the emergence of light from darkness, the red light symbolizes the emergence of creation from the unmanifest. It's a symbol of new beginnings, of potential, of the unfolding of divine creation. Whenever I think of this name, I'm reminded of another fascinating phenomenon in science. It's how the entire universe seems to be shifted towards the red end of the spectrum. The farther away a galaxy or a star, the redder it appears. It's a phenomenon called redshift. It's like the whole universe is bathed in a red glow. This always reminds me of the name Nijaruna Prabhapura Majjat Brahmanda Mandala. It's as if the universe itself is a testament to the goddess's red radiance, her all-pervading presence. It's as if her red radiance is woven into the very fabric of the cosmos. The next set of names in the Lalitasahasranamam focuses on the form of the goddess and her divine beauty. Now, this description serves two important purposes. First, it provides us with an object of meditation. By visualizing the goddess in all her glory, we can focus our minds and connect with her divine presence. Second, and perhaps more importantly, these names hold hidden power. They are infused with bija mantras. Remember how we discussed the bija mantra Shreem in the first video and the bija mantras in the names of the goddess's weapons in the second video? Well, the names describing the goddess's form are no different. They either contain bija mantras or allude to them. Now let me tell you why bija mantras are so special. These aren't just any sounds. They hold immense power. They are carefully guarded, passed down through generations from teacher to student. It's like a secret code, a key to unlocking hidden potential within us. And because of their tremendous power, our tradition mandates that they can only be learned from a proper guru. There are specific procedures for chanting them, and if they are chanted incorrectly, they can actually cause harm. Think of it like a powerful medicine. You wouldn't just take any pill without a doctor's recommendation, would you? Well, bija mantras are similar. They need to be approached with care and guidance. As a result, bija mantras are inaccessible to most people. But the Lalitasahasranamam has done something extraordinary. It has made this ancient wisdom available to everyone. It has packaged these bija mantras into names that can be chanted by anyone. So you get the benefits of chanting the mantras without the harmful side effects that can occur if they are not chanted properly. But this is by no means a simple task. Imagine the skill it took to craft these names. Each one has to be meaningful, has to describe the goddess beautifully, and also has to subtly encode those powerful mantras. It's a testament to the depth and brilliance of this ancient hymn. Every name is layered with meaning, with poetic beauty, and with spiritual power. That is why the Lalitasahasranamam is held in such high regard. It makes the power of these sacred sounds accessible to everyone. So when you hear these next set of names, don't think of them only as descriptions of the goddess's form and beauty. They are much more than that. They are powerful tools for spiritual growth and transformation. With this in mind, let's move on to the 13th name in the Lalitasahasranamam. Champaka Shoka Punnaga Saugandhika Lasargacha. This beautiful name means she whose hair is adorned with fragrant flowers like Champaka, Ashoka, Punnaga, and others. It is said that these flowers actually borrow their fragrance from the natural fragrance of the goddess's hair. These flowers also hold symbolic meaning. The Champaka is associated with purity and divinity. The Ashoka tree is linked with love and compassion, and Punnaga is said to represent fertility and abundance. This name reminds us that Goddess is not just a powerful force, but also a source of beauty, grace, and sweetness. She is the embodiment of all that is good and auspicious in the universe. Now let's look at the next name, the 14th name in the Lalitasahasranamam. Kuruvinda Manishreni Kanat Kotira Mandita. This means she whose crown is adorned with rows of rubies. This name, with its beautiful imagery, describes the goddess adorned with a crown of glittering rubies. It evokes a sense of royalty, abundance, and divine beauty. It speaks of her majesty and her sovereignty over the universe. This image of the goddess as a majestic queen adorned with precious gems echoes the second name of the Lalitasahasranamam, Sri Maharagni, the divine queen. It's a beautiful reminder of her regal nature and her power to rule over all realms of existence. And now let's turn our attention to the 15th name in the Lalitasahasranamam, a name that reveals a profound truth about the goddess's unchanging nature. Ashtami Chandra Vibraja Dalikastala Shobita. Ashtami Chandra means the crescent moon on the 8th day after the new moon or the full moon. It's a unique phase where the moon appears almost symmetrical with graceful curves on both sides. So Ashtami Chandra Vibraja Dalikastala Shobita means she whose beautiful forehead is shaped like the radiant 8th day moon. The 8th day moon or Ashtami Chandra holds a unique position in lunar symbolism. It represents balance and symmetry, as the crescent moon appears almost identical in both the waxing and waning phases. This symmetry symbolizes the goddess's unchanging nature, her Nirvikara Tattvam, representing a point of stillness and equilibrium within the constant cycle of change. Now, what is this Nirvikara Tattvam? It's a characteristic of Brahman, the consciousness principle. It means that even though the universe emerges from consciousness, consciousness itself remains unchanged. It's like the ocean. Waves rise and fall, but the ocean remains the ocean. So, by describing her forehead as the 8th day moon, the Lalitasahasranamam is alluding to the goddess's unchanging nature. She is the eternal witness, the unchanging ground of all existence, even amidst the constant flux and change of the universe. This name invites us to connect with that unchanging essence within ourselves, to find stability and peace amidst the ever-changing tides of life. Now let's move to the next name, which focuses on the details of her divine face. The 16th name is Mukachandra Kalankaba Mriganabi Visheshaka. This name means on her moon-like face there is a Kasturi Tilaka, which looks like the dark spot on the surface of the moon. Her bindi is compared to the dark spot on the moon. The name draws a beautiful parallel between the goddess's face and the moon, both radiant and adorned with distinctive bindi. But there is a deeper meaning here too. The moon, in many traditions, represents the mind, the emotions, and the inner world. The dark spot on the moon symbolizes the shadows within us, the hidden aspects of our being. The goddess, with her moon-like face and the mark of musk, embraces both the light and shadow within herself and within all of us. She reminds us that true beauty lies in wholeness, in accepting and integrating all aspects of our being. The next name, the 17th name in the Lalitasahasranamam, is Vadanasmara Mangalya Grihatorana Chillika. This name, like a beautiful poem, describes the goddess's eyebrows as the gateway to the abode of love and auspiciousness. Smara is another name of Manmata or Cupid. So Vadanasmara Mangalya Grihatorana Chillika means her eyebrows are like the garlands decorating the entrance of Manmata's auspicious house. Even today during festivals, we decorate our doorways with toranams, those beautiful garlands of flowers and leaves. The goddess's eyebrows are compared to the toranam of Cupid's house, inviting us into the realm of love and beauty. In Saundarya Lahari, Shankaracharya gives a breathtaking description of goddess's eyebrows and eyes. He compares her eyebrows to the bow of Manmata, the god of love, and her eyes to the bees that string that bow. In our tradition, Manmata's bow is depicted as being made of sugarcane and the string of the bow is depicted as a row of bees. Shankaracharya compares her moving eyeballs to those bees, buzzing up and down the sugarcane bow of her eyebrows. Here's what he says. Bruau bhugne kinchit bhuvanabhaya bhanga vyasanini tvadiye netrabhyam madhukara ruchibhyam dritagunam. Manmata's arrow, filled with the honey of desire, couldn't conquer Lord Shiva. He burnt him to ashes. But the bow in goddess's face, it was too powerful even for Shiva to resist. He succumbed to it. The 18th name in Lalitasahasranamam draws our attention to goddess's captivating eyes. Vaktralakshmi Parivaha Chalan Meenabalochana, which means she who has beautiful eyes which look like fish in the pond of her face. This beautiful name paints a picture of the goddess's face as a serene pond, filled not with water but with pure beauty. Vaktralakshmi Parivaha. And within this pond, her eyes swim gracefully like playful fish. Now, why are the goddess's eyes compared to fish? It's not just because of their beautiful shape. In our tradition, it is believed that fish nourish their young simply by looking at them. Similarly, the goddess's eyes have the power to protect and nourish us with their loving gaze. In our culture, the eyes of the goddess are given immense importance. Think of the great temples dedicated to the goddess. Kamakshi in Kanchipuram. Kamakshi literally means one with beautiful eyes. Meenakshi in Madurai. Meenakshi means eyes like fish. Vishalakshi in Kashi. Vishalakshi means large eyes. Why this emphasis on eyes? Well, think of a mother watching over her children. Her eyes are always on them, protecting them, guiding them. Her children might wander close to danger, but as long as her eyes are on them, she will keep them safe. She'll let them explore and grow, even if it means they might stumble and fall, but she'll be there to ensure no real harm comes to them. Similarly, when the goddess, the mother of the universe, is watching over us, what harm can come to us? Her eyes are a source of protection, of love, of guidance. They watch over us as we journey through life, allowing us to learn and grow while ensuring our ultimate safety and well-being. The next name, the 19th, highlights the goddess's exquisite features. Navachampaka Pushpabha Nasadanda Virajita. This beautiful name means she whose nose is as beautiful as a freshly blossomed champaka flower. The champaka flower with its soft petals and gentle fragrance symbolizes grace and divine perfection. The 20th name is Tara Kanti Tiraskari Nasabharana Basura. Tara Kanti Tiraskari Nasabharana Bhasura means she whose shining nose ornament eclipses the brilliance of the stars. The fact that the goddess's nose ring outshines the stars symbolizes that her form is beyond this world. Her beauty is so extraordinary, so divine, that it cannot be compared to anything in this earthly realm. She is the ultimate source of light and beauty, surpassing even the brilliance of the stars. The 21st name, Kadamba Manjari Klipta Karnapurna Manohara, means she whose ears are beautifully adorned with clusters of Kadamba flowers. The ears are associated with the ability to listen, to receive wisdom, and to connect with the divine through sound and vibration. Lalita Devi, with her ears adorned with Kadamba flowers, embodies this receptivity to divine wisdom. She is attuned to the subtle vibrations of the universe, and she listens with compassion to the prayers and aspirations of her devotees. It also encourages to cultivate our own capacity for listening, to open our ears to the whispers of wisdom and guidance that surround us. The next name is Tatanka Yugalibhuta Tapanodupa Mandala. Tatanka Yugalibhuta Tapanodupa Mandala means she who wears the sun and moon as ornaments on her ears. This name creates a powerful image of the goddess's cosmic connection. The sun and moon, celestial bodies that govern day and night, are her ornaments. They represent her power over time and the very rhythms of the universe. The sun and moon are often associated with opposing forces, the masculine and the feminine, the active and passive, the light and dark. By wearing the sun and moon as earrings, the goddess embodies the union of these opposites. She transcends duality, integrating the masculine and feminine principles within herself. She is the source of both light and darkness, creation and dissolution, the eternal dance of the cosmos. This name reminds us that the goddess is the very embodiment of the universe itself. She encompasses all opposites, all dualities, and all aspects of existence. The Lalitasahasranamam continues to describe the goddess's divine beauty, now focusing on her radiant cheeks. The 23rd name is Padmaraga Shiladarsha Paribhavi Kapolabhu, which means she whose cheeks outshine even a mirror made of ruby. This name creates a stunning image of goddess's radiant beauty, her cheeks so luminous, so captivating that they outshine even the most precious of gemstones. But the goddess's beauty is more than just external. It reflects her inner radiance, a spiritual luminosity that transcends the physical realm. This name reminds us that true beauty lies within, in the purity of our consciousness and in the radiance of our inner self. There is a beautiful proverb in Tamil that echoes this sentiment. Agathin alaga mugathin theriyum. Your inner beauty is reflected in your face. The goddess with her radiant cheeks invites us to look within and discover the divine beauty that resides within each of us. Now we come to the 24th name, Navavidruma Bimbashri Nakkari Rajanachada, which means she whose lips defeat the color of fresh corals and bimba fruit. The goddess's lips compared to coral and bimba fruit symbolize the beauty and power of her divine speech. Her words are like precious gems, filled with wisdom, compassion, and the power to create and transform. The Lalitasahasranamam now guides our attention to the goddess's radiant smile, which embodies the very essence of pure knowledge. The 25th name is Shuddha Vidyang Kurankara Dvijapankti Dvayojvala. This name, rich with symbolism, compares the goddess's teeth to the sprouts of pure knowledge. It means she whose mouth shines with 2 rows of teeth, which are like sprouts of pure knowledge. This name has deep meaning and several layers, including a connection to a powerful Bija mantra. But for now, let's focus on a simple explanation. Shuddha Vidya is another name of Sri Vidya, a sacred mantra associated with the goddess. This mantra has 16 syllables and each syllable is visualized as having two parts, one representing Shiva, the masculine principle, and other representing Shakti, the feminine principle. So the mantra is imagined as having 32 parts, which correspond to 32 teeth of the goddess. Her smile therefore embodies the union of Shiva and Shakti, the perfect balance of masculine and feminine energies. This name reminds us that the goddess is the source of all knowledge and wisdom. Her smile, radiant with power of the Sri Vidya mantra, can awaken us to our true nature and guide us towards the path of liberation. Now we come to the 26th name, Karpura Vetikamoda Samakarsha Digantara. This name, like a fragrant breeze, describes the captivating aroma of goddess's breath. Karpura Vetikamoda Samakarsha Digantara means she whose breath is fragrant in all directions, like a perfect blend of camphor, betel leaves and spices. This name evokes a sense of freshness, sweetness and alluring charm. It suggests that the goddess's very presence is like a delightful fragrance that pervades the atmosphere. Now we come to the 27th name, Nijasallapa Madhurya Vinirbhasmita Kachapi. Kachapi is the name of goddess Saraswati's Veena. It is supposed to be the most melodious instrument in the universe. Nijasallapa Madhurya Vinirbhasmita Kachapi means she who has a voice sweeter than the notes produced by Saraswati's Veena. Just like the eyes of the goddess, her smile too is given great importance in the Lalitasahasranamam. The 28th name captures the radiance and bliss of her divine smile. Mandasmita Prabhapura Majjit Kamesha Manasa, which means she whose gentle smile, filled with light, pervades the mind of Lord Kameshwara. Her smile is so captivating, so radiant, that it fills the heart and mind of Shiva himself. Remember, Shiva is the great ascetic, the one whose meditation even Manmata's arrows couldn't disturb. Yet, the goddess's smile has the power to melt his heart and fill him with bliss. Now there's a simple explanation for why the goddess is always depicted with a smile. When a mother smiles, her children know they can approach her with their requests. They know she is in a receptive mood, ready to grant their wishes. Similarly, the goddess's smile assures us that she is always receptive to our prayers, our hopes, and our aspirations. But there is also a deeper Vedantic meaning. Throughout this series, we have explored the idea that goddess is none other than Brahman, the all-pervading consciousness. What is the nature of consciousness? It's pure bliss. I have explained the nature of Brahman in detail in a previous video. You can find the link in the description below. The goddess's smile reflects the state of eternal undisturbed bliss. It's a bliss that is not dependent on external circumstances, a joy that shines from within. When we realize our true nature, when we connect with divine consciousness within us, we too can access this state of bliss. It's a state of peace, of contentment, of unwavering joy that transcends the ups and downs of life. Lalita Devi's smile reminds us of this potential within us all. It invites us to awaken to our true nature, to embrace the bliss that is our birthright, and to radiate that joy into the world. Now we come to the 29th name, Lalitasahasranamam Chubuka Shri Virajita. She whose chin is so beautiful it cannot be compared to anything in this world. This name emphasizes the unique and unparalleled beauty of the goddess. Her chin is so graceful, so perfectly formed that it has no equal. It's a beauty that transcends comparison, a divine radiance that captivates the heart and mind. This name reminds me of the beautiful Chola sculptures depicting Shiva and Parvati. A very common depiction is of Shiva gently cradling Parvati's chin in his hand. It is such a tender expression of love and devotion. Shankaracharya in his Saundarya Lahari describes this beautifully. He says that Parvati's face is like a mirror and her chin is like the handle of that mirror. When Shiva holds her chin and gazes into her face, he sees his own love reflected back at him. And just as Shiva is captivated by Parvati's beauty, we too are captivated by the divine beauty of the goddess Lalita. Her chin, with its incomparable grace, reminds us of the power of love and devotion to awaken the divine within us. And with this, we come to the end of the description of goddess's face in the Lalitasahasranamam. From her radiant forehead to her captivating eyes, her delicate nose, her enchanting lips, her beautiful teeth, her fragrant breath, her melodious voice, and her blissful smile, we have explored the divine beauty and the symbolism of her every feature. As we conclude our exploration of the goddess's face, remember that goddess herself is Mantra Swarupam. Her whole being is an embodiment of mantra, a symphony of sacred sounds and vibrations. And the face with its many features represents the first third of a divine mantra called the Panchadashi mantra. The Panchadashi mantra, a 15-syllable mantra, is considered the heart of Sri Vidya. Sri Vidya, which translates to the knowledge of Sri or the knowledge of prosperity, is a path of spiritual practice centered on the worship of goddess Tripura Sundari, also known as Lalita. She is considered the ultimate reality, the embodiment of divine consciousness and the source of all creation. Panchadashi mantra is a powerful invocation of the goddess, and its 15 syllables are associated with the 15 nityas or eternal principles that govern the universe. The goddess's form itself is seen as a manifestation of this mantra. Each part of her body corresponds to a specific syllable or a group of syllables. The face, which we have been exploring, represents the first 5 letters of the mantra. These 5 letters form a group called Vagbhava-Kutam. The Vagbhava-Kutam is associated with the creation of the universe. It represents the manifestation of the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space, and the 5 senses. We will be exploring the Vagbhava-Kutam in more detail when we discuss the 85th name of the Lalitasahasranamam. But for now, just remember that the goddess's face, as described in these beautiful names, is not just physical form. It's a symbolic representation of the creative power of the universe, the manifestation of the Vagbhava-Kutam, and the gateway to the divine consciousness within all of us. I will end here. Join me next time as we continue our exploration of this sacred hymn. Thank you for watching.